Shit.
For real. Watch out.
What happens when trust breaks down and two boxing generations turn against each other? Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the unbeaten legend who changed the sport forever, now faces one of his most intense battles yet. Not against an opponent inside the ring, but someone he once treated like family. Gervonta Davis, the young talent Mayweather helped develop into a star, has transformed from protege into an adversary. And now, the conflict feels deeply personal. At the center of the turmoil is Calvin Ford, Tank's former trainer and the person who helped shape his career, now working with Floyd through Mayweather Promotions. A public encounter between Floyd and Tank escalated into a heated dispute that quickly became a full-scale brawl, shocking the boxing world. This isn't simply about pride. It's a struggle over influence, legacy, and control. Get ready because this story is filled with tension, punches, and startling revelations. It began with a business move or betrayal, depending on who you believe. Calvin Ford, the trainer who supported Gervonta Davis through everything, recently made headlines after joining Mayweather Promotions. Although the decision appeared strategic for Calvin, Tank saw it as a betrayal.
Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want them to go to jail or you want them to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
Because Calvin isn't simply another trainer. He's the person who helped transform Tank into a devastating knockout fighter. From Baltimore's rough gyms to packed arenas, Calvin and Tank appeared to be an inseparable team. But now, Ford's partnership with Floyd has triggered consequences nobody could have expected.
You want to see you as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him. You're training him all the time. You know him. Both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Tank has never hidden his troubled history with Floyd, accusing him of trying to control him and failing to recognize his development. Bringing Calvin into Floyd's camp felt like the deepest betrayal, and Tank had no intention of keeping silent about it.
Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want them to go to jail or you want them to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
Tank confronted Floyd before the cameras, criticizing him for bringing Calvin Ford onto his team. Davis reportedly yelled, "You took the one person who always stood beside me. You can't handle watching me succeed without you." Floyd refused to back away. He fired back, "I built you, Tank. Never forget who gave you this opportunity." You really think Calvin can help you defeat me? Keep dreaming. As the confrontation intensified, tension spread through the crowd. Witnesses, music, described the moment as explosive, with both men yelling over one another. Tank accused Floyd of trying to damage his career because of jealousy, while Floyd argued that Tank was unappreciative of everything he had done for him. No surprise there. Floyd has repeatedly spoken about Tank being ungrateful.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I...
My point is I've been there for him since the beginning. We had a plan, and my plan was to help him become a world champion and move everything to another level. And I've always supported him. And throughout the years, you can see I've stayed positive, always spoken highly of him, always encouraged him to become great. But throughout the years, it's constantly going online, attack Floyd, attack Floyd, attack Floyd. Are constantly showing disrespect. Constantly showing disrespect when I've only ever shown respect while trying to help this fighter reach the highest level he possibly could. That's all I ever did. But it didn't take long before this heated argument became a physical fight.
Bitch, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? Chill. I know the fuck they playing with. I don't play no motherfucking hands. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker.
The situation suddenly escalated when Tank shoved Floyd, and chaos immediately erupted. People from both sides rushed forward to separate them, but soon punches were being thrown. Video from the incident shows Tank throwing a punch toward one of Floyd's team members while security personnel restrained Floyd.
Waiting to sit down and talk to him one-on-one, saying what his mental at. Whatever he want to do, I just prepare him for it mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Calvin Ford, who was there at the event, attempted to calm things down, but instead became the focus of Tank's anger. "You're a sellout," Tank shouted at his former trainer. The fight continued for several chaotic minutes until security finally separated everyone. Nobody suffered serious injuries, but the damage was already done, affecting both their reputations and their already damaged relationship.
Let you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of this.
Deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come.
After the confrontation, Tank went on Instagram Live to discuss what happened, speaking openly to his supporters without holding back. Floyd has always wanted control, and he hates seeing him move independently. Tank also suggested that the upcoming fight with Lamont Roach has been pushed into the background by the controversy. I should be preparing for my next fight, but instead, I'm caught up in all this chaos. They are trying to bring me down, but I'm ready for it. This conflict between Floyd and Tank goes beyond a personal disagreement. It's a collision between two different mindsets. Floyd symbolizes the older generation, a calculated businessman who maintains control over every part of his empire. Tank represents a newer generation of fighters who prioritize freedom and being genuine. What made you reach that point where you thought, I have to do that.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a real...
As the dust begins to settle, one major question remains. What does this situation mean for Tank's career? With Calvin Ford now working alongside Floyd, Tank faces an unusual challenge. He isn't only preparing to face Lamont Roach in his next bout, but also dealing with the idea that he cannot succeed without his former team. Yep. Let's discuss this fight for a moment. Lamont Roach is certainly no joke. There's plenty at stake here. Gervonta Davis is known as the Knockout King. His record speaks for itself. Still undefeated with an impressive number of stoppages. Most recently, everyone remembers that devastating body shot that dropped Ryan Garcia like a folding chair. Tank doesn't simply score knockouts. Every time he enters the ring, he sends a message. That's what makes this matchup so intriguing. Tank enters as the clear favorite. But honestly, this isn't simply about getting the win for him. It's about proving to everyone that he's still the best, that nobody in the division can challenge him. But here's what that means. All the pressure will be on him.
In the ceiling, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject is killing me. The inability to pin humility, hunter the back home. On the freaking minute, got me thinking of finishing everything with a seed a minute, and reaping the benefits. I'm asleep at the quillican as I'm thinking about an evil intent of another beat, I'm killing it. Cause even if I gotta end up eating a pill, it can even get me.
Done. Now, Roach may not possess the one-punch knockout power that Tank has, but is an expert on the technical side of boxing. He's a counterpuncher with excellent footwork, and he understands how to frustrate aggressive fighters such as Davis. Roach has been studying Tank's style, and during the face-off, he made it clear that he's not here to become another highlight on Davis's reel.
Y'all gotta watch these guys, man. He's a good fighter, yeah. He was a Golden Gloves champ from Indianapolis, right? That's right. National Golden Glove champ, yeah. Yeah, man, and he's got some skills, dog. Like, I was like, that's a good one to add to the squad if you're gonna add one.
How old is he?
I think he's like 26.
Okay.
So he's still young.
Yes, young.
Yeah. Still, and listen, this thing about it, he's still getting better. He's still, because this is our third fight together. So you got to understand that, like, once he gets everything I'm telling him, the growth process, he's going to be amazing. And listen, he may be fighting for a world championship pretty soon. So
I was going to say, I wouldn't mind watching him and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, the same way, yeah.
Yeah, like
they sparred before the same way, same way.
Oh, they have sparred before?
They sparred before, yeah.
How'd that go?
I don't know how I went.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
What you think about Gervonta Davis?
I like him. I like him as an individual, man. I like him. I know him, and I like him. I think it'll be a good fight. I think that Frank matches up pretty well.
Yeah.
But most of the guys that Gervonta, I think, will be probably the toughest.
And with Calvin Ford no longer involved, it's going to be interesting to see how Tank handles this fight under a new coach. Yes, Tank now has Derek James as his coach. Music. This man understands the sport. And here's the twist. Derek James already has history with Tank. James previously trained Frank Martin, Tank's latest opponent. Yeah, this is where things get crazy. Derek James has been analyzing Tank for some time now. He understands his fighting style. But rather than searching for ways to defeat Tank, he's now been brought in to train him for his upcoming fight.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story's going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. 'Cause they can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows.
Ford to James, it's just a matter of time before we see whether this move becomes an upgrade or downgrade. For Calvin Ford, joining Mayweather Promotions has brought both benefits and drawbacks. On one side, it gives him the chance to work alongside one of boxing's smartest minds. On the other, it has cost him his relationship with Tank. It's a major change from Ford supporting Tank and criticizing Floyd to now becoming part of Floyd's team.